Jesus today uses a parable about being seated at a wedding banquet. And I don't know about you, but in the last 30 years, every wedding banquet I went to, I was told where to sit. Because it seems these days, we want the relatives to get along to sit together, and those that don't get along to be apart. But real life is not like that. Real life is like when you come here to church. It's open seating, and you get to pick the seat you want, except for these two. You don't want to sit up here, because you may have to be escorted off. But however, Father John will probably agree with me that sometimes we'd rather have somebody else sit up here with me. But it's amazing how often our own lives are mirrored in the Scriptures. About just over a week ago, my wife and I went to a Mass at San Damiano Retreat Center. It was a Mass where our deacon candidates, who by the way will be ordained on November 16th, it's where they pledge their fidelity to the Bishop of Oakland and the Church of Oakland. And that Mass was presided over by our own Bishop, Michael Barber. And after Mass, we went to dinner at the dining hall. And if you haven't been in San Damiano, in the dining hall, you enter into it, and then you have to wend your way through the tables to get to the buffet line, where you fill your plate, and then you go back out and sit. Well, Sherry and I were about halfway through the line, like, okay, there's plenty of places to sit. So after we got our food, we turned around, and everybody in line in front of us had already sat down. It seemed like everybody in line behind us had saved a seat somewhere. And as we went through the whole dining room trying to find a seat, there weren't any. So we ended up all the way in the back at a table that they weren't prepared for people to sit at. There was no place settings, there was no coffee cups or water glasses or anything. Now, I can tell you that we did that in our humility. We went to sit there, but then I'd be bragging about being humble, so I won't do that. But we were looking for another seat, but we accepted that we were going to have to sit in the back of the room. And so as we scrambled to get the place settings, etc., and we went to sit down with our meal, guess who joined us in the back of the room? Yes, Bishop Barber. So what we went, considered thoughtfully, or maybe begin with, is maybe the lowest place in the room ended up to be a place of honor. Because we were able to sit with Bishop Michael and have dinner with him and discuss it with him about life, religion, whatever came up. And we have all been aware of and learned about the humility of Pope Francis. He who doesn't take all the trappings of the office. He still lives in a fairly plain apartment. Who for years took care of a disabled priest in his chancery. I think our Bishop Michael Barber is following along those same footsteps. Because as we talked over dinner, we found out that once or twice a week, he walks down through downtown Oakland to the Whole Foods market, where he orders himself a sandwich so he can get the things on it that he likes. Then he takes it back to his living quarters and eats alone. He doesn't expect people to wait on him. At the end of dinner, I offered to take his dishes, but he busted them himself. He took his dirty dishes to the kitchen on his own. As Joseph read in Sirach, practice humility, because when you practice humility, you get love, and you also earn the favor of God. Our bishop is doing that. Can we not do the same? Now, I can't think of anything more humbling than being one person in a group of 3 million people all trying to do the same thing. But we had some young adults here from Holy Spirit attend World Youth Day last month in Rio de Janeiro, along with 3 million other young adults from throughout the world. And we are privileged today to have them come up and give us a few of her experiences at that